Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today we are going to be doing some multi-masking to create this really cute scene here. So to start with, I am going to be using a piece of masking paper. So this is from Altenew, and it's just slightly bigger than my 4 1/4 by 5.5 panel that I'll be working on. I'm then taking the largest die from the Halftone Circles nesting die set, and I'm just going to tape that into position kind of about where I want it to be on my card base. So once I've done that, I'm just going to cut that, and then I have two masks, one innie and one outie. I'm just going to leave the one that's going to go on the center over to the side. So I'm going to take this negative mask that we have here, and I'm just going to place this into position onto my panel. So this is just a normal piece of classic Crest Solar White, and it is 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I'm just going to pop that down there. So once I have that, I have this open space here that I'm then going to add my stormy kind of scene into. So for this one, I am going to be using some of the Cloudy Sky ink. I'm also going to be using that Nimbus. Once I'd done the Nimbus, I then decided I wanted a bit of a darker on this top edge here, so I have gone into the Dark Night too. I'm then going to add some anti-static powder onto there just to make sure that's all nicely dry. I'm then going to take the Rain or Shine stamp set, and I'm going to be using this beautiful rain image here. And I'm going to be just stamping that through my little mask that we have there using the Nimbus ink. Now it does take a couple of inkings just to cover that full circle, but it doesn't matter if these kind of overlap each other, because that's the look that we're going for. We want really stormy, rainy weather in this one, and then the rest is going to be lovely and sunny. So once I've done that, I'm then going to add some embossing powder to this. So I'm using my clear ink, and I'm just going to stamp these over those little raindrops that we've done before. Again, if it does kind of overlap, it doesn't matter. It's just going to give the look that it is more stormy than it should be. So once that's all in place, I'm then going to add some of the translucent pearl embossing powder over there. So this is a clear embossing powder with some glitter in it, so it's going to give it a really great effect. So I'm just going to heat set that. Once that's done, I can then remove the mask that we have, kind of masking the whole other bit of the panel. If you do find it hard to kind of remove, just add a little bit of heat and it will come away really nicely. So once I've done that, I'm then going to take the other mask. So this is a circle mask, and I'm just going to pop it over all of the little inking and stamping that we've just done. So I'm then going to take the ray, this little sun ray that we have from the Rain or Shine stamp set, and I'm going to ink that up using the Warm Sunshine ink, and I'm just going to take some of that ink away from the bottom part of the little ray that we have there, just to give a bit more of a gradient look. Now I'm trying to get all of my rays coming from one kind of point on here. You may need to add a little bit more of a mask like I've done with that little negative piece over there, just to make sure that I don't go over the mask with the ray. So I'm just going to keep going with this until I've gone all the way around, kind of radiating from a point. Now the inking at the top, I do want that darker than the inking at the bottom. So as you can see, I'm kind of using second generation, then third and fourth generation stamping at the bottom to give me that really light look there. You can use a lighter ink if you wanted to, but I decided to go with the same one and just kind of stamp it multiple times so I get that look there. So once I'm happy with the amount of rays I have, I can then remove that mask. I'm then going to move ahead, and I'm going to be stamping some little clouds and a sun using the Rain or Shine stamp set again. So for this base layer here, I am using the very pretty Silver Lake. So that is the first image for the clouds. Now these do have 4 layers. So for the second layer, I'm going to be using the grey denim ink, and I'm just going to line that up with the bottom edge of that cloud, and these are just so realistic looking. I do love these clouds. So once I've finished the second layer on both of them, I'm then going to move on to the third layer, and this is going to be the Cloudy Night ink that I'm going to use for this one. So I'm just going to ink this up again, lining up that bottom edge and that little piece that sticks up on the left too. So just going to pop that one into place again, and then you can see these clouds really coming together. So for the last one, I'm going to be using the charcoal suit, again lining up the bottom pieces, and it doesn't really matter if you don't get these perfectly lined up, they're still going to look really, really cool. So once I have that done, I'm then going to stamp the little sun. I did start with the warm sunshine. I then have the Snapdragon, and I'm just going to kind of blend that out a little bit and then stamp that directly over the top of the sun to give me that blended effect. I'm then going to use the coordinating dies from the Rain or Shine die set, and I'm just going to pop them into place around the stamped images, add a little bit of tape to stop them moving when I do run them through my machine. So once I've done that, I can then cut the last little cloud that we have here, and then all of our elements are near enough ready to go. Once I have my little die cuts, I can then pop them into place where I want them to be on my scene. I'm then going to add a little bit of tape just to keep those together. I could have added a little bit of foam tape behind there, but I didn't. I'm then going to add a little bit more anti-static powder, and I'm going to be taking the lightning bolt from the same stamp set again, and I'm just going to pop that into place, kind of keeping the clouds there until I'm ready. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'm going to remove those and then stamp this down. I am using some clear embossing ink for this one. Once I've done that, I'm then going to take some platinum embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat set that. I do love this beautiful goldy silver colour. I did have a couple of flecks where I didn't want them, so I've just removed those with a paintbrush. Once that's done, I can then add my clouds into position for the last time and my little sun, and I am adding a little bit of foam tape just to give them a little bit of dimension. For the sentiment, I'm using one from the Rain or Shine stamp set again, and I'm just going to ink this up using some of the Obsidian ink, and then I'm just going to pop that into place. Once I'm happy with that, I can then stamp that down, and then all I need to do is add that beautiful panel that we've just created onto a card base. So this is just a normal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base, and I've just used some glue tape just to pop that in place there. And here is the card complete. I really do hope that you like the card and that you've enjoyed the video today. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it'd be great if you do share, because we would love to see. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, crafty friend. Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques, and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.